up tier list, and it's gonna go off of 1v1 duels, but it's not necessarily like in a vacuum situation. It's just gonna be like a general like team composition sort of. I will take into account the 1v1, but it's gonna be like
General
how
point.
many of these characters are in the enemy team composition and how hard does it make doing your job as Tracer sort of thing.
Okay.
So, Diva is probably pretty tough. The 1v1's not too bad because you can outrun her if you have enough resources. Um, she has a lot of armor though, which is kind of annoying. And defense matrix and stuff. But I mean, I feel like wasting any tank's time is good, and you can definitely like. It's not like she can burst you down if she gets the drop on you, but you shouldn't really just be letting that happen. It's more about like her ability to peel your damage. She can eat your pulse bomb. She can keep you from like killing the backline and stuff like that. She can also like boop you off of high ground maybe in certain situations, force your recall at the very least, and just like generally make your life kind of difficult. So put her in the tough tier. Doom, not bad.
Doom, 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 doom.
Doom, not bad. You can definitely like bait Doom like a lot. Like Doom's love like trying to like go for tracers because if they land a punch on you, they can probably kill you. But shouldn't ever really be getting punched by Doomfist. You can waste their time like really, really like heavy. There's been so many times where like a Doomfist has tried to punch me and I just like dodged their shit and they like flew off the map or something and
Hell
killed
yeah.
themselves. It was really yeah. I loved it. Like and even in the 1v1, like you should probably be winning that. Like you can at least force him to run away. Like I never ever lose duels to Doomfist.
What's on his
Um,
face?
I don't know that
Those
stuff
little
up there.
arrows? Yeah.
I'm not.
Little arrows.
I'm not sure.
It's got
He's
some
got some
very
like
sharp cheekbones.
yeah, he's got like
It's very angular.
some little thing right here on his jaw, some little mechanical thing.
Oh, I thought that was
He's
like
sort
a
of like
headset.
cyborg-esque.
Is
He's got
he?
a big yeah, he's got a big Doom like it's his thing. It's his gauntlet he wears and he like punches people with it. His like
Hell
rocket
yeah.
fist or whatever.
I like that.
Rocket
Here
punch.
for that.
All right, Queen.
She's cute.
Um I kind of wreck queens cuz they have like they don't have a lot of HP and it's hard for them to land Gracie on you, so like they don't get really any healing off of you, but actually like I feel like a good queen is like a pretty tough
Mm-hmm.
a pretty tough duel because she kind of run you down with shout like if she has her resources in the 1v1.
Mm-hmm.
um mm, Maybe I should put it on even. I'm not sure. Queen is really fucking scary, but you can definitely waste her time a lot, and she's kind of like if you can get high ground on her, which you can like in a lot of situations, she's sort of like limited and like how far she can chase you. We'll put her in even. That might be like controversial. There just aren't a whole lot of good queens, so Mauga, uh I think Mauga is pretty easy to kind of have your way with. You can kind of farm him, sort of like Roadhog. Like he can't really like do anything to you. Like Roadhog can hook you, but like
Both
Mauga
of
can.
these tanks.
Yeah, all these are all tanks right here.
All of them.
Yeah, all the tanks are first.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I don't have any problems with Maugas, honestly. If you get caught in his ult, that really sucks because you can't blink around, so that's kind of a thing. But other than that, Orisa,
What are you doing?
Orisa's pretty annoying.
What? What is? What is it?
She's a robot horse.
Oh, okay. Okay.
um,
That does not look
she's
like
got a
horse face.
spear. If you get hit by it, it fucks you up pretty bad.
Okay.
But it's pretty hard to hit Tracer with spear.
Yeah, you're zipping around.
She can eat your pulse bomb with her spear spin, and you can't ever really kill Orisa. You just ignore Orisa most of the time. You ignore most tanks most of the time, but like you really really ignore Orisa. Like it's kind of a non-issue. Like you don't really like
You're not worried.
you
When
don't
you
really
see one
deal
of
with
them.
her, and she can't really like deal with you either. I don't really think it's
You
like
just
a
kind of cancel each other out.
no. You just kind of just
That's what I mean. Like you just kind of like.
yeah, you just both do your own thing
Yeah,
and
you
try to
just
get
kinda-
more value or whatever.
Yeah.
The best way for me to harm Marissa is to go for her backline and keep her from getting support. So,
Okay.
um,
Go for the back one.
and she can't really peel effectively, so that's why I'm putting her like not even. Ram. Ram. This tier list is for metal ranks, by the way. I just hit diamonds, so this is just my experience as far, mostly in plat, but I did a decent amount of work in gold too. Same thing as like Queen. Like I feel like there's not a whole and Doom. I feel like there's not a whole lot of like decent Rams. It's sort of like Orisa. You kind of just ignore him. He shouldn't really be landing punches on you. Um, his slow, yeah, he really just does. You can stay out of his ult. He really just doesn't affect you. I don't find it hard to deal with Ramattra or Reinhardt. Same thing, essentially. A lot of tanks are like that. Roadhog is ass, and Hook is super easy to dodge, and he sucks really bad, and you can just farm him for ult charge and generally make his life miserable because your DPS passive affects his healing. DPS passive is minus 15% healing from all sources, and Roadhog has a self heal, so you can really cuck his healing by just peppering him. You could be like a mile away and just like pepper him a little bit with your little fucking guns and just like cuck his healing. It's really funny. Oh. Yeah, fuck Roadhog. He's just also like a shitty fucking tank. Sigma. Sigma, I actually find kind of annoying. Yeah, Sigma. Sigma I find kind of annoying. You can get around him, but like the thing is, like most maps that like Sigma is played on, are like sniper like style maps, and like I find those to be kind of difficult on Tracer because of like it's like even if you get around Sigma, there's so much distance in between him and his team. Usually he's got like a fucking like a Zen and an Ana supporting him from like a mile away, and there's like a Widow on some stupid ass angle, and then like maybe there's like a you know a Genji or something running around, or like a Reaper or some shit, or a Venture or something like that. But it's probably not. It's probably a fucking Cassidy or a fucking Ashe or something, right? So like I feel like in a vacuum, Sigma's pretty like easy to kind of like just ignore, but most of the maps he's played on, like the comps that he's played with, are like pretty fucking annoying. So I generally like kind of struggle. Um, Plus, if he lands like one of his little like left clicks on you, it like chunks the fuck out of you, and if God forbid he hits you with a boulder, it's like game over. So that's pretty annoying. Yeah, I'll put him in even. Winston. I say not bad. I feel like I kind of wreck Winston's normally. Like, you don't generally want to fight them in their bubble, but you can definitely like keep up with them and like heal them if necessary. Which you don't always want to be doing that, but you can peel them. And yeah, I don't know. I don't struggle with Winston too much. Same thing with Ball. I like you can chase balls down. Like balls get reckless and they like. Yeah, he's a little hamster. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I've been looking at him the whole time being like, that looks like my favorite. And then when the Sigma guy came up, I was like, oh, when he was right here, I was like, oh, I bet that's Wrecking Ball. Because, like, how his head is, I was like, oh, I bet he, like, rolls up into the ball like that. That's, okay. Like, his armor for his, you know, ball. That's
this is Wrecking Ball, yeah.
It's the freaking mouse!
He's a hamster.
Oh, he's so cute!
Yeah, he's a hamster. His name is Hammond.
Aww.
Yeah, him and Winston are actually buddies in the lore. They grew up on the space station or whatever. Yeah, they're like experimental, like intelligent animals or whatever. Yeah. And so yeah, he rides around that big ball he rides around in is like his mech, and yeah. So when he ults, he like squeaks and shit, and like the mech like talks for him. It has this like robot voice. It's like the hamster is pleased. Whatever. The small mammal. Blah blah.
Yeah, that's funny. Okay, well the Wrecking Ball thing makes more sense now because it's like the hamster ball. Like I get that.
Yeah.
That's really cute though. But like, oh my god, I can't believe he's the hamster.
Yeah.
I thought he was so cute this whole time.
Same thing as Winston. You can peel him if you need to. You can run him down when he tries to get away. If he like kind of wastes takes a little bit too much damage going in. He can actually. I'd say he's probably a little bit better than Winston. I guess we'll put this in like rough order here. We'll put him in as the best of the worst over here because he's like one of the only characters in the game that can keep up with Tracer. Same thing for Doom. So like it goes both ways. Like if I overextend and get a little like bite off a little bit more than I can chew, um these guys can come chase me down, maybe Winston too a little bit. But never these guys. I don't know, something like that. His Mauger can kind of chip you down at least a little bit from range. Fucking Ramatra. And not so much Orisa. Orisa fucking sucks. Alright, Zarya. Zarya's annoying because she can shield your pulse bombs. And her right clicks do like insane amounts of damage to you. When she gets charged up. And she can bubble people you're trying to, she can peel your damage, but I feel like if she's using bubbles just to peel your just like regular damage, I feel like that's a pretty good trade. Yeah, we'll put her, I don't know, we'll put her right there. Most tanks are pretty easy to deal with. Alright, let's see, Ashe. Kinda hard. She's usually got a mercy pocket. She can one-shot you. Dynamite is super annoying. If she fucking scouts you out and she finds you on a fucking weird angle or something, she can definitely like dynamite and flush you out for like with just dynamite. She can force you to recall. You can obviously dodge it, like it's, you know, skill issue, right? But she's just annoying. She can knock you away with her coach gun or get to high ground and get away. Bob is like really good against you because you can't really burst him down like from range, like from cover. Yeah, that's just tough. Might even could put her in. Put her in too many of these guys tier. Cass. It used to be in the 1v1 Tracer had an advantage, I feel like, in a vacuum. And I still feel like she maybe does, but he just has so much health these days. Hinder is really annoying, obviously. Headshot melee. We'll put him in tough. I still think Tracer, I usually win the 1v1, but it's definitely tough. And they're usually marking you, so it can get kind of difficult if they have a brain. Bastion, it's pretty easy. Just don't be stupid with when he's in tank form and you're good. He's super farmable. He's really easy to stick with pulse bomb. He's like super. He's just like really easy to duel. Super easy to stick with pulse bomb. Anytime he goes into tank form, you can just shoot him in the back a little bit, make him turn around, waste his time. Like he's farm Bastion. Echo is pretty annoying. she's always doing that. My fucking Alexa pops off because we call her Echo.
That's really funny, and she got offended too. I'm not sure how to handle that.
We'll put her in even. She usually has a mercy pocket. Yeah, she usually has a mercy pocket. She's usually flying around on high ground on maps where you can't really get to her. In a 1v1, like if she wants to test you and run up on you and like get close to you, she has a fat ass head hitbox.
Acid.
So, yeah, ass head. She's a really fat head hitbox, so it's like pretty easy to fucking burst her down. Oh. But she should just never be like if that like there aren't a whole lot of good echoes, but I feel like any good echo is gonna like give you a pretty good run for your money. And like I said, they usually have a pocket, so it can get. I
Mm-hmm.
call it even.
I don't know.
Um, Genji, I think that's even.
Ninja and Ninja.
The 1v1, it depends on the yeah, he's a ninja, cyborg ninja. It depends on the environment. If there's anything that he can climb over to get away from you, like he has a slight advantage. If there's nothing like that, it's pretty much flat ground.
Mm-hmm.
You pretty much win the 1v1 because you can always get to the health packs faster. You can always get to cover faster. When he starts reflecting, you can do a blink melee behind him and fucking get free damage on him. If he gets a drop on you, he can one shot you, which is like pretty scary. But in general, I would say it's a pretty even matchup.
I don't know.
Tracer's just a better character in general. Genji kind of sucks. Um, Hanzo, it's kind of tough. The 1v1 is pretty easy. Well, it's not easy. It's scary as fuck. Like, Dylan Hanzo is pretty damn scary. I don't care what anybody says. People are going to be like, haha, skill issue, whatever. Like, I do generally farm Hanzos, but like, a good Hanzo dude, like, it's pretty rough. And they're always scouting you out with, like, a smart Hanzo, they're always scouting you out with Sonic Arrow. They're always, like, just a little bit out of your reach. They're always spamming at you and making just like putting little chip damage on you, and you're always having to get a health pack or wait it out. It's very annoying. Don't like fighting Hanjo. Same with Junkrat. Like that's another haha skill issue one. Like in a vacuum, you should always win the duel against Junkrat. Just play it safe and like take your time with it and like bleed him out. He's gonna go into a little room or whatever. You have to like play like all the angles and like make him look every direction and just like slowly like chip him down pretty much. And you can't really like fully commit on him because he'll just like one shot you. But it's just the general like in a vacuum it's that way. But like in a game, I might even put Junkrat right here because like in a game like there's fucking traps everywhere all the time. Like he's always spamming fucking nades. They bounce all crazy everywhere. You have to be like super hyper aware of everything that's going on. If he decides to mark you, you can't ever go for backline because he's always peeling and throwing concussions at you and bouncing you up in the air, and you have to spend so many resources just to survive. And it's just like you can waste his time, but like definitely like Ash Junkrat like on a team, you know what I mean? And they're just like fucking taking all the angles away from you, and you can't like approach from any direction without doing. So I usually have to resort to like playing closer angles on their tank and trying to play for like making space and like inching forward and like kind of cramping them out and suffocating them, and like have to play like super like careful, and I just hate playing against Junkrat. Um, Man, it's pretty even. It's hard for her to icicle you. If she lands it, obviously she can like damn near one shot you. So that's that. But for the most part, like you can stick her when she's in ice block too, which is kind of funny if you time it just right. You can. She has this thing that makes her invincible, and you can run up and stick your pulse bomb to she turns into a block of ice. You can run up and stick your pulse bomb to it if you know like when she's gonna come out. If you time it to where the pulse bomb explodes right as she's coming out, she can't dodge it because she's right next to it. Like as she pops out, she can't get any distance from it. Sometimes it even sticks to her. Um,
She's the least intimidating looking out of all of them.
yeah, we'll put her in not bad. We'll put her like right here. Farah is pretty annoying. Put her in even. She usually has a mercy pocket, kind of like Echo. If you eat just one rocket or even the splash from one rocket, you're like half HP, which is very annoying, or almost dead if you eat it direct.
Hmm.
Uh, yeah, she's really annoying. Same thing, like she gets too close to you, like Echo, you can kind of farm her, but actually, I'd say she's even harder to duel than Echo up close because the rockets just has so much splash value. Um, yeah, pretty annoying. It's about
Where's
even though.
Reaper?
Try to stay away from her, and I might even put her in tough, honestly. Now that I think about it, she's significantly harder to deal with than Echo. Put her at the bottom of tough. Reaper, you kind of farm him in the duel. If you get a little too frisky, he can one shot you, or he can. It's way easier for him to shoot you than it is for you to get like meaningful damage on him because you have to go for headshots because he has so much HP. So you kind of have to cook him. Like you have to be on point.
Mm-hmm.
But you just have more like tools, and you can get out of the duel. You can always run away from the duel better than he can. Like he can wraith out, but once he wraiths, it's like, and then that's the other thing. Once he wraiths, you can stick him with pulse bomb and shit. You can definitely make his life like pretty difficult. He doesn't want to be fighting you. It's more meaningful for you to be fighting him. Because he's more likely to like have to get healing. He's more likely to have to use his wraith to run away. He's useless if he doesn't have wraith. You have just more. You're just a better character.
Mm-hmm.
Put him in not bad. Put him behind May. I'd say he's easier to play than May, so put him in front of May actually. Sojourn. Um, I don't know. I'm in Diamond, bro. There ain't no Sojourns. There. It's probably hard. I bet a good Sojourn is like pretty hard, but I just don't see them very often. I'm gonna put her in even. I usually wreck Sojourns. Soldier's pretty tough, actually. I know Soldier's like a whatever hero, but
I like his eyes.
Soldier's. I actually dislike playing against. Oh yeah, you like his little his tag visor.
Does he?
That's
Does
what
he
he
have?
uses ultimate.
Does he have lasers out of it?
No, it gives him aimbot. It makes it where you can't miss.
Uh-oh.
He turns it on or whatever, and it gives him like all the enemies have these little targets around them. You just fire your gun and the bullets like go to them. It's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's cool in concept, but it's actually kind of a shitty ultimate because it draws a lot of attention to you and it actually nerfs your damage a little bit because it makes it harder to get headshots.
Oh wow.
Um, but his gun is like rapid fire, so he can chip Tracer down like really, really, really easy. He can just shoot at her and put little headshots on her and make her have to get tons of health packs and zone her out. And he's pretty quick on his feet. He has to sprint. He can run away if you try to duel him. He can hit you with Helix and almost one shot you.
Mm-hmm.
He has a health station. He can heal and fight you. It's pretty hard. I think Soldier wins the duel, honestly, depending on the situation. Like Tracer can generally get away, but like assuming I have to fight him for whatever reason, it's pretty hard. And I play Soldier, and when I play soldiers against a soldier against Tracers, I wreck Tracers. It's not hard.
Mm-hmm.
Sombra, I think some people think, well, at least in Plat, people obviously think Sombra counters Tracer, but I think she's pretty bad against Tracer. I'm gonna put her in easy.
I like her little hair thing.
Yeah, she's a cool character. She hacks. If she hacks you, like you're fucked. But like you should just not be getting hacked by Sombra. Like just react, forehead. Like it's not that hard. You can hear her fire it up. Like she has to she makes a little sound when she starts hacking you, and it's not hard to dodge it. One blink will get you out of the range of it, and as soon as you're out of the range,
Mm-hmm.
she can't hack you anymore. And if she lands anyone her virus on you or what, and even if she does hack you, a lot of the times you're able to recall it anyways. You just always get away, and you're one of the only characters that can actually run her down. And since you have a high rate of fire weapon with a lot of ammo, you can like spy check her pretty easy when she's invisible
Mm-hmm.
and reveal her. And when she runs away and turns invisible, you can keep peppering her and keep her visible for your team and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
She's I wreck Summers. Symmetra is pretty annoying. Put her in even. It takes forever to kill turrets.
What's a turret?
A turret. She has laser turrets. They're like these little circular things. She can shoot them at a distance, and they stick to walls and stuff, and they just beam a little laser if you get within a certain distance. And the laser slows you down and does damage over time. It doesn't do that much damage, but you have to take the time to like shoot it. Yeah, and as Tracer, if you're trying to like infiltrate an angle, you know what I mean, and there's turrets there. One, they notify the enemy that you're there
Yeah,
because
yeah.
you have to destroy it, and she can see when it gets destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
And then it does a little bit of damage to you, which is annoying because you have so little HP as Tracer that if you're not full health, like 100% full health at all times, like it can be very difficult to like get anything done because
You won't last long enough.
you won't. Yeah, just all the breakpoints change. Like all of a sudden, Cassidy's can actually one shot you now. Maze can
Mm-hmm.
actually one shot you now. You know, Dooms
Mm-hmm.
can actually one shot you. Things can actually one shot you because the breakpoints in the game are so specific. So
Mm-hmm.
um,
Oh, this guy.
it's pretty hard. Um, yeah, we'll put her in even though because you can actually I'll put her in tough. She's kind of hard to deal with. I'm very annoyed by Symmetra. I might be a skills. And see, the thing is that most Symmetra players are one tricks, or they're Symmetra specialists. You know, so they like play the shit out of Symmetra, and they know our little. Oh, her right click's really annoying too. It does a decent amount of burst damage. She can spam out your angles and whatnot.
Oh yeah.
Torb pretty tough. Pretty damn tough. You can kind of farm him in duels because his hitbox is really fucking fat and stupid, but he has armor from. Most Torbs are pretty brain dead, so I feel like I farm them, but any good Torb, they put their turret in the right spot. It's really hard to clear. He's really hard to 1v1 because he has a shotgun and armor and speed from his armor and a fucking turret. Yeah, he's pretty hard to deal with. His ult is kind of a non-issue, but it can make it difficult. Well, see, actually, it's not. In overtime situations, his ult is like lava. He shoots out all over the place, and it can be very annoying. Like especially in overtime situation, if you have to contest point or something to like
Mm-hmm.
spread similar to how Maze ult works, where it just like controls a lot of space. Any like spatial denial like type thing is pretty annoying for Tracer because she covers so much space. You know, percentage wise, like the amount of like horizontal space on the map that she covers is so much that any character that denies like horizontal space is going to have a greater effect on her.
Mm-hmm.
So his ult does that. So put him in too many of these guys because I can definitely envision a comp with these guys that is hellacious. Venture pretty hard to duel. Because she can like knock you around, and if she melees you, it can be pretty. Like if she predicts your like blink melee or something and turns around and melees you, it can be pretty
Intense
tough.
right now.
Yeah, her gun does a decent amount of damage to you too. And it's just the right distance for like your range too. Her range is basically your range, so it's kind of tough sometimes. She can get away from you. She's one of the only characters that can actually like almost outrun you. Um, she can get to high ground better than you too. We'll put her in tough. We'll put her above Symmetra, behind Hanzo. Kind of a similar thing with Symmetra too, that most Venture players are one tricks. Widow, pretty tough. Pretty tough. Maybe even too many, yeah. You farm her in the 1v1, obviously. Put her at the top of tough. Any Widow map. You farm her in the 1v1, but it's a matter of getting to her. She's usually a million miles away. You gotta spend all your resources just to get to her. She's got a pocket. She's got a fucking Sigma you gotta get past. She's got a fucking a Mercy and a fucking soldier that's in between you and her that's also fucking beaming you down because it's fucking Junkertown and she's sitting way the fuck on the thing. And you know what I'm talking about. Widow's pretty tough. Yeah, she's definitely one of the top like most horny characters in the game.
Really?
Yeah, Tracer and Widow are the OG like horny Overwatch characters.
Oh yeah,
and Pharah
Tracer's
too,
got
maybe
like
Diva.
a fat ass and hips and shit.
Yeah. um, They had to nerf Tracer's ass at one point because
Really?
like,
Got out of control?
people were too horny.
Really? They had to nerf her ass.
Literally.
Not her abilities, her ass.
Yeah. Oh, they nerfed her abilities plenty of times too.
Yeah.
All right, supports. Ana Banana. Pretty even, dude. I don't know, man. Maybe I'm crazy. Like, I know Tracer's theoretically supposed to farm Ana, but like, and she does in the 1v1 technically, but dude, I don't know. I play Ana. When I play Ana, I make Tracer's lives very difficult. She can hit you from a distance, like if you try to approach her. She sees you coming, she can definitely chunk you with one shot. And slow down your approach a lot. If she lands asleep on you, it's over. Nade is not the hardest thing to play around, but it sucks to get hit by. All her abilities force your recall, basically, or kill you. Um, yeah, I don't know. I think she's not the easiest thing in the world to deal with. But, like, there is this fact that if you catch her scoped in, you get a free pulse bomb, you get a free one clip, you know what I mean? You can definitely, like, fuck on a make her turn around. Wasting Ana's time is generally really valuable as well, so I'll put her in even. Bap. They buffed Bap's fucking gun, so he has a fucking laser now, dude. I hate Baptiste. You can force he can immortality your pulse bomb. He has this thing he throws on the ground. They affectionately referred to as lamp that makes everything in its zone immortal. So he can cook your pulse bombs. He can jump to high ground to get away from you. He can beam you down with his gun. He has burst healing with his fucking thingy. He does a lot of healing. He's very annoying. I'll put him right here. Maybe even in too many. I hate Bap.
I like his little eye thing.
Yeah, he's a cool character. He's fun to play too. People might make fun of me for this tier, but I think that's really annoying. Brig, I don't think Brig really counters Tracer anymore. I don't have problems with Brig. I put her in even. Yeah, Brig's cool. She's a cat person too, which I like in the lore. Yeah, she's cool.
Heck yeah. She kind of looks like a cat.
She's Reinhardt's squire.
Squire?
Mm-hmm.
They're together?
She's his squire. He's a knight.
Squire.
He's like a knight. You don't know a squire is? A squire is like a knight's like assistant.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
A girl squire?
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Wow.
I know.
I just learned what that was. I just learned what that was, but I'm impressed.
I don't think she counters Tracer anymore. She used to because of the stun. She can obviously still stun you in rally, but that's only during rally. She can pack people that health pack people that you're on, which is kind of annoying. She has a little bit of armor. It's not that big of a deal. The shield. She can definitely kind of zone you out. We'll put her in even. Put her in even. I'm leaning towards not bad, but we'll put her in even. Put her in front of. Put her behind Genji. Might be too specific, but Alari is pretty fucking hard to deal with, dude. Alari is super fucking annoying. It's really hard to get to her pylon in a lot of situations. She's smart with where she puts it. She has this thing she puts down that heals her teammates, and it does a fuck ton of healing, dude. Oh my god, it does so much healing. It's crazy. It's insane. Yeah, it doesn't have that much health, but she can put it really high in the air, and it's hard for your little guns to like do enough damage to it. It takes you like 2 clips to kill it, and like by that time they already know where you're at, and they're fleshing you out, and it's really difficult. And she has this little sniper rifle fucking gun. She can damn near one shot you with it. She has a little movement thing that pushes you away from her and moves her away from you, so she usually gets away. You can never duel her because she just throws her pylon down right next to her, and like you don't have enough time to break the pylon and kill her, and it's like healing her, and like it's just, dude, it's rough. Hilari's fucking rough to deal with. Yeah, definitely worse than Bap. Probably worse than Torb too, to be honest. Yeah. Probably worse than Torb. Yeah. Juno. Oh shit. Pretty easy. Pretty easy. Almost,
Juno.
almost. No, not easy tier. Because she is kind of hard to shoot when she's super fast and using all her
Juno.
things. And her, yeah, Juno. She's the newest
Juno.
character. Yeah,
Juno.
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 Um, you can definitely run her down. She's got a fat ass head hitbox with her little helmet.
Uh-huh.
Um,
I like her hair.
she can't headshot, so she's kind of like not. She's kind of toothless. Like she can definitely do damage to you over time, but it takes her a while to kill you. Similar to like the way Moira is. Like she can only do so much damage to you. Like you're basically on a clock. Like when you're fighting her, it's just like X amount of time for her to kill you as fast as possible. You have that much time to either kill her or run away. You know. Um, she can sort, but if you get a little, if you bite off more than you can chew, she can kind of chase you down with her abilities, or her team can chase you down with her abilities because she can speed up her team. Um, her ult is kind of scary. It makes her team very scary against you. So there's that. It gives everybody damage and it makes them really hard to kill. Although people do kind of cluster within it, so sometimes you can get some cheeky pulse bombs, like people are all clumped up inside of it. We'll put her like somewhere around like here-ish. Pretty easy, not bad. Something like this. Kiriko is the worst thing ever to Tracer.
I like Kiriko.
Yeah, she might even be worse than Ash, honestly.
Is she Japanese?
Yeah, she's Japanese. She's from the same sort of like area that Genji and Hanzo are from, I think.
She's Japanese.
She her headshots do crazy damage to you, almost one shot you. She's really really hard to duel. Her hitbox is itty bitty. It moves all fucking weird, and she's really hard to duel, dude. She can get away from you by climbing. She can get away from you by teleporting to one of her teammates. She can out duel you by Suzuing herself and just fucking just headshotting you repeatedly, forcing all your fucking cooldowns. She does a decent amount of healing to the people you're trying to kill. Her ult is pretty much uninteract withable. Like kind of like people move too fast within it to shoot, and they're too hard to stick too. They don't cluster as much as they do in Juno's ult. They're super extra deadly to you. She can Suzu your pulse bomb, which is very annoying. So she can cuck like one of your biggest playmakers. Yeah, she's really really hard to deal with. It's mostly the supports I'm noticing that are the harder ones to deal with generally. It's funny. Um, Lifeweaver is pretty trash. He can pull people you pulse bomb is like the worst thing he can do to you, I guess.
Oh, that was cool. I liked.
Too. But he can't really do enough. He doesn't do that much damage. He's pretty easy to duel. He's usually way off in the back too and kind of isolated, so it's sometimes easy to like fuck him up. He can kind of waste your time by like getting on his pedal, but he sort of delays the inevitable. You can eventually just kill him. And then once you kill him, like like he's just sort of useless. Like Lifeweaver kind of sucks. This ult's kind of annoying because it makes people hard to kill, but he's definitely not as bad as Juno.
Does he like? Is he like healing people in his ult type?
Yeah, he summons this tree.
Oh, you talking about the? I've seen the tree.
It lasts for kind of a long time and it heals over time.
And you can like hide behind it.
It's like it provides decent cover.
Yeah.
Like it's sort of nice to have a good Lifeweaver on your team, but like you need somebody on your team that's like popping off to be able to play Lifeweaver. He's not a character that like makes plays on his own. He's a character that like
needs assistance.
Enables somebody that's going hard, you know.
Okay.
So like when I'm playing like Junker Queen and shit, I want to go fucking stupid crazy mode. I like having a Lifeweaver on my team because he can pull me out when I get reckless and fucking extend my like lifespan. But he's not a character that like is like, hey, I'm trying to win this game. He's a character who's like, hey, I'm trying to just be innocuous and fucking whatever, helpful, quote unquote. Lucio, dude, they buff Lucio's damage and that shit is fucking crazy. He does insane damage to you. If he ever boops you, it's super fucking annoying. He's really hard to duel. I'm gonna put him in tough actually. Lucio is
pretty hard.
Lucio is not easy. Yeah, he can peel you. He can speed his team away from you. Uh, he's really really hard to duel. He does so much damage now. If he lands just like one or two headshots on you, it's fucking devastating. He does these little bursts of like projectiles that are and they take up a lot of space and they're pretty fucking annoying, dude. Lucio's hard. Mercy, uh, it's kind of even. I feel like it's weird because you farm Mercy obviously in a duel, but and if you catch her out, like you can definitely fuck her up. But I feel like actually good Mercies are pretty hard to keep up with, especially if they have the right like comp to play around.
Mm-hmm.
They can be very evasive and they can waste a lot of your time for nothing.
Hmm.
Well, I feel like I've lost games because I was going a little too hard after Mercy and I just could never really kill her because she was just always getting away,
Mm-hmm.
getting value. She can res people you pulse bomb or get picks on because if you get like a deep pick on somebody, you usually have to run away and she can come in and like res your picks. I'll put her in even. You know what? I'll put you in even, Mercy.
All right, Mercy.
An actually good Mercy is, and she's usually damage boosting something that fucks you up, like an Ashe or a Pharah or a Cassidy. She's usually making your life difficult on that front in the sense that she's supporting
Making
something
other players
something
that
that
are already
yeah
hard,
supporting
harder.
characters that are already good against you.
Mm-hmm.
Junkrats, dude, Mercy boosted Junkrats. Um, yeah, you know what? I'll put her at the top of even. Matter of fact, Moira.
Like
Moira's fucking suck. I'm just a Moira hater, dude. Fuck Moiras. Moiras are always trying to ego duel me, and I almost always farm them. Okay, they almost always need somebody to come help them, or I force them to run away.
mm-hmm.
Or I just outright kill them. And it's like and they're such shit talkers too. Moiras fucking suck, dude. They're playing the easiest fucking character in the game. They're playing a character that looks really good on stat board all the time. It's super easy for them to farm stats because that's all they do. That they're just a fucking stat turret. Like
Mm-hmm.
they just shit out damage and healing. That's literally the only thing they fucking do. Um, and in a duel, they don't have to fucking aim. Their little damage beam doesn't have to fucking aim. They can heal themselves with their fucking orbs and their beam that does damage. I'm pretty sure it ramps up in damage over time and it heals them.
Yeah.
So as they're dueling you, they're doing damage to you and healing, and they're skinny as fuck, and they can escape if they fucking start losing the duel. It's fucking ridiculous, bro. And they're such fucking ego fucking players, bro. Like they'll just like ego duel you, and technically Tracer wins the duel. Like I usually do win the duel, cause you just do more damage to her if you have good aim. Like you can check her head and just outplay her. But man, fuck Moira.
Yeah, you do not like her.
Put her at the middle of not bad. She's definitely harder to deal with than Juno and May. I'd put her about on like Reaper level of annoyance. Put her slightly above Reaper. Alright, Zen, you farm Zen. You fucking farm Zen. He can definitely like almost one shot you with this if he gets a right click on you, but like if you just play smart. And the delay between discords is like if he puts discord on you, by the time when it goes away, he has a delay before he can put it back on you, and it's like 6 or 7 seconds. It's like a decent amount of time. He's maybe a little bit harder than Juno to deal with, but he has no mobility. He's really easy to fucking shoot because he's all slow and like his hitbox is really fucking, it doesn't move at all. It's like super stiff and like he's really easy to kill. Yeah, put him right there.
What's his name again?
Zenyatta.
Zenyatta. That's like Zendaya.
Yeah, I guess.
But Zenyatta.
Boom.
Sounds like a girl's name.
That's it. There it is.
There's your tier list, bud.
Got a little bit of a bell curve to it. Looks good. Yeah, most matchups are pretty easy for Tracer. She's like one of the best characters in the game, so this sort of checks out. Honestly, a lot of people would probably put some of these in even or even not bad. They would probably shift a lot of this shit down. I'm just a diamond level Tracer, so this is like my perspective on it. But
what's the Tracer v Tracer match?
yeah, it's even.
Oh,
Well, my matchup versus Tracer is I usually win.
you
Well, I
would.
have a 63% win rate, so and in a rank where actually in Plat and Diamond, Tracer has a less than 50% win rate. She doesn't get above a 50% win rate till Masters.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And you have 63.
And that was 63% win rate.
That's fire.
And most of which is in Platinum, so it's pretty good. So yeah, I beat most Tracers in Plat because most Tracers have a 47% win rate. So I beat them, whatever, 15% of the 15% more of the time. Or whatever, if you want to get mathematical about it. I beat them a lot more than that. Most Tracers fucking suck in Plat, and I fucking wreck them.
But yeah, when Tracer v Tracer, Tracer usually wins.
Yeah, and actually, there aren't a whole lot of Tracer players in Plat in general. So most of the time when I do fight other Tracers in rank, it's because I've tilted somebody into picking
Pick
Tracer just to go after me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So they don't even play Tracer,
They're just
and
fucking you up.
I actually one trick her. So like obviously I'm gonna win that duel most of the time. And then the funny thing is you don't even duel them is the funny thing. You duel them if you just like have to or whatever,
you
right?
just run away.
But most of the time, yeah, you just run away and kill their team and they're just chasing you the whole time, like frustratedly trying to chase you while you're just like murdering their whole team and they're like doing nothing basically. It's really fun.
No damage.
Yeah. That's why I like Tracer. You can like play with people's heads like that, like, oh yeah, duel me, yeah, fucking yeah, we have a vendetta, we have a rivalry, yeah, go Tracer.